Welcome to another Insider Special Report. I'm Jarret Johnson, and I'm coming to you from Arlington, Texas, here outside AT&T Stadium, or Jerry World as I like to call it, just after the first day of Big 12 Media Days. It was Texas Tech Day, and there are some storylines definitely to go over, some interesting ones that made headlines. I think the first one, the top one, was a Justus Parker, a veteran defensive back, who was one time, he was a second team All Big 12 selection after the 2017 season. Had a monster year that year, his sophomore year. He had a video go viral of him being offered a scholarship by Cliff Kingsbury and having Rob Gronkowski and Danny Amendola actually tell him about the offer and everything. Last year, not as productive in terms of turnovers, but now Coach Matt Wells said he, in public, when asked during a breakout session, that he was gone. Justus Parker has been suspended by the NCAA for a year. Him being a senior, that means his career is over. And as he said, bad news. It's really tough for Justus. And another part of that is this is the third defensive back since spring ball, veteran defensive back, who is now no longer, that we know of, that's no longer with the team. You have Jalen Lane, who was off the team last year but came back in the spring. He was a talented guy that I think could have helped Texas Tech at cornerback. Octavius Morgan's a guy who, honestly, I was more hopeful than expecting him to come back from a pretty terrible leg injury last fall camp. But he retired, so throw that in with Justus Parker. And look, the Red Raiders have some guys like Zach McPherson coming in. They have some good players to step in there, but I mean, come on, you need depth at defensive back, and it looks like it's really taken a hit, defensive back depth this offseason. So we'll have to see how they look in fall camp, which, oh, by the way, that's another storyline. Matt Wells officially announcing that fall camp, the first practice of fall camp, will be on August 2nd. So not long at all, just right around the corner. There was some really good news that came from Big 12 Media Day from Texas Tech. Speaking of Coach Wells, I was really impressed with the way he represented himself, the university, and the football program. It's no secret that former coach Cliff Kingsbury wasn't very big on media days and just talking with the media in general. Matt Wells seems to embrace the CEO role, and I think he really represented, like I said, the program very well. So, and there's lots of content coming your way from inside the Red Raiders about that. We'll have some Jaeger shots, quotes, notes, things he said about his team, the transition that they're undergoing right now, to his program under his staff. And that's another thing I want to talk about. There's been mention about the new strength coach. There's been some mention on the board here and there, some pretty good stories. But Dave Scholes is a guy that Matt Wells described as his right-hand man and kind of one of the secrets to when he's been successful. Every player I talked with, whether it was Travis Bruffy or Jordan Brooks or Douglas Coleman, Broderick Washington, they just raved about the job that Dave Scholes is doing and went into detail. And I'll have a story specifically just looking at what Dave Scholes and his process and what it's meant to the team this offseason. I'll give you a couple of quick examples of that and what it's meant to the team. Broderick Washington actually said, look, the lack of size in recent years has been a problem. It's been noticeable by him and the whole team. They knew it. It wasn't a big secret. He said, looking around, we're bigger in OU, we're bigger in TCU. Just today at media days, that they feel that confidence that Dave Scholes and his strength staff has given him through nutrition, conditioning, and the weight program. And then kind of more of a tangible, less opinion, more just facts here. Douglas Coleman told me he's put on 15 pounds of muscle. He's playing exclusively at safety. I look for him to challenge for one of the starting gigs, if not be one of the starters at safety. But he put on 15 pounds, and he said not only did he retain his speed, but he's faster than he was, he's stronger than he was before, and he's quicker than he was before, despite being up to 200 pounds, 15 pounds heavier. So that's a lot of reason for optimism there in your defensive backfields. If Douglas Coleman could come on and have a monster senior season. Travis Bruffy, there's already some content on him on the site, but his exploits off the field are almost as impressive, or perhaps maybe even more impressive than on the field. I mean, he's represented the Big 12 in some pretty big NCAA meetings, national meetings. He was awarded a $10,000 postgraduate scholarship from the Big 12, which he told me he found out on Twitter. Which is pretty amazing. But Bruffy's just a really impressive guy. I know he always impresses all us local media guys, and some of the regional and national media got to see Travis Bruffy today, and we're really impressed by him. So that was a big storyline. I was happy to see that because he's a really good guy, and he's healthy. Perhaps more importantly to Tech football fans, he's up to 307 pounds, so 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", 307 pounds, and he's healthy. He was not healthy last year. He is. So lots more content coming your way, but those are the big storylines that I got just from Texas Tech during their Big 12 Media Day Monday here at Jarret World in Arlington. But look for all that content to be coming to you in the coming days. And like I said, just weeks away from the start of fall camp, and then boom, the season will be there before you know it. So stay tuned to Inside the Red Raiders for all your latest Texas Tech football news. Thanks for watching, and until next time.